Very good morning to you. Tuesday, the 2nd of February. Our main story, urgent tests are being offered to 80,000 people in England after cases of a new South African coronavirus variant were found with no links to travel.
People across 8 areas are being asked to take tests, whether they have symptoms or not, after the government said the UK must come down hard on the variant. Andy Moore has more.
That and here on Breakfast we'll be speaking to the Universities Minister as well, Michelle Donnellan, about that, all sorts of other things as well. The UN and the UK have also condemned the takeover amid fears of potential protests and unrest. Let's get the latest now from us.
Massive protests are expected in Russia today as one of President Putin's fiercest critics appears in court.
Thousands of demonstrators have already been arrested. They're demanding the release of opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who's accused the Russian security forces of trying to kill him.
Let's speak to our correspondent, Sarah.
There is a lot going on out there.
You should be very thankful I'm here today, Louise.
I'm so thankful.
Honestly,
I mean, we're all thankful, aren't we?
The weather was ridiculously bad. When I got up at stupid o'clock,
yeah.
I sort of warned the office earlier that I might not get here at all. So
I did shout at you, didn't I, when we weren't doing our makeup in separate rooms, obviously. Have you seen the size of the snowflakes?
Yeah, well, let's find out from the chief. Good morning, Carol. What's happening out there?
You'll be guiding us throughout the morning. Thank you very much.
Should we have a look at the papers for you this morning? The plan to...
Points here on BBC Breakfast.
Have you ever collected stamps in your time?
Do you know, I think there was a brief moment.
I had a brief stamp
when I was about
well.
7 that I did, yeah.
Well, I'd definitely go back to it for these. Have a look. Kushti, Del Boy's got it licked. Can you see that?
You know, during the last few months, well, what is it, 9 months now of basically what's been going on, lots of people have been doing different sports, haven't they? And particularly open water swimming has had a sort of massive, it's not even a resurgence, it's a kind of, you know, a massive increase.
I don't know birth.
Well, yeah, exactly. Anyway, so apparently, forget wild swimming. This is the new thing to do.
What is it?
Bare skin running. It's very good for you. It makes you feel amazing. This is a retired police officer, David Pattenden. He's 72. Apparently he started it. He's got this unusual hobby. But that's what you do. Apparently, when you feel a huge gust of ice cold wind, all of a sudden you're buzzing. Well, I bet you are. So, yeah, that's the new thing. I will not be taking up. Do not fret, everybody.
I'm in full disagreement with that. I'm sure I saw Ben's face when you just suggested that as well. Ben's super. Oh, you must have really enjoyed speaking to him.
Do you know what? It's even though it's on, you know, through the internet or whatever, on Zoom or whatever, it is lovely to be able to chat to people again, isn't it?
Just seeing you give him a hug as the door opened as well.
I know.
That's a world we haven't seen
Takes
for a while.
Takes you back in a year, doesn't it? 6:28 right now. Let's get the news, the travel and the weather, wherever you are.
Hello, good morning. You're watching Breakfast with Louise and Dan this morning.
Coming up on the programme.
Chat with the doctor. We have had a chat with the doctor about it.
We do it every day and it's really useful, isn't it? Sally says, you have told us before, it is winter, Carol, isn't it? But this is well, we need to watch your forecast especially. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, be careful out there. It's 10 to 7. Now, for the last 8 years, Britain's only female professional 10-pin bowler has been pursuing her career in the US.
But when Verity Crawley's application to extend her athlete's visa was denied, she was forced to fly home. With bowling lanes off limits for now, she's been practising, this is absolutely brilliant, in her parents' hallway instead. Let's have a look at her in action. Verity Crawley joins us now. Very good morning to you from your very own bowling alley, I'm presuming, as well.
Morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Goodness me. So just tell us what happened. You were in the US when things changed for you.
You can go and use. I'm assuming that bowling is not classed as an elite sport. Is that why?
Correct.
Best of it. So how does a well-oiled lane at a bowling alley compare to what looks like quite a thick rug in your parents' bungalow in Dorset? Bowl towards the front door. Just trying to get the geography right. Obviously, there's not many people coming to the front door at the minute. So how does it work in the house? Down. I'm interested. I'm going to use this technique next time I go bowling, by the way. So this...
really, a lot of strength and balance as well, haven't you?
Yeah, that's definitely.
I very much enjoyed that. Should we get some news, some
getting
travel?
actual top
And
tips
so, I'm definitely developing that at home. Let's get news, travel and weather. Very important today, wherever you are this morning. See you in a moment. Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Louise Minchin and Dan Walker.
Our headlines for you at 7 o'clock.
I love that programme. It's Very sad news. Far too young. 11 minutes past 7 this morning. We've got some breaking news which Ben can bring us. I've got another reason to love Carol Kirkwood for you this morning. Reason number 782.
What?
This morning at 3:30, sent me a text message.
Gee.
And that the roads in Sheffield weren't too snowy, because it has really been very strong and heavy snow in parts of the UK.
Yeah.
Carol, thank you for that. Meant a lot at that time of the morning.
Morning. Bless you, Dan. You're going to need it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, Carol. 7:15. As we've been hearing this morning, around 80,000 people in England will be offered urgent tests for the South Africa coronavirus variant after cases with no links to travel were found.
So let's talk about that as well.
Now, this weekend saw the introduction of new £800 fines in England for anyone attending a house party with more than 15 people. People gathering to socialise in private homes have been a major cause of rule breaking during lockdown.
Our Home Affairs correspondent June Kelly went out with Avon and Somerset Police, one of the forces which has immediately started using those new powers. And Sir Lenny Henry will be joining us just before 9 o'clock this morning to tell us all about it.
Got to ask him about the Masked Singer as well and Blob.
Yeah.
I called him the Blob earlier, but it was just Blob, wasn't it?
He was just Blob.
Yeah.
And he finally had to unmask himself this weekend, didn't he?
Take it off and all that business. Oh, that's what they shouted at the minute. I wasn't shouting at you. It's 32...
Sometimes it's just best, isn't it? And
Yes.
just let you do the work yourself.
Fall into the pit of despair. Thank you, Louise. Now, you probably heard the phrase, happy as a pig in muck, but what about a panda in snow?
Oh, you may have...
It puts a smile on everyone's face, doesn't it?
It's what we need. 7:33. As we've been hearing, urgent tests will be offered to thousands of people across England after cases of the South African coronavirus variant with no link to travel were detected. Let's talk to the university.
It is fast approaching 7:45 this morning. If you're waking up to snow or you're seeing snow on your local bulletins, then Carol's going to have a full weather report for you in about... When's Carol here normally? I can't remember.
10 to.
Oh, not too far away. Right now, though, we're talking to Sally. I lost my track of time in there, Sal.
Certainly is.
Until Carol turns up.
7:46. Oh, goodness me, there's lots going on today, isn't there, Carol? Morning.
To keep an eye on it all for us. We'll see you again in about half an hour's time.
In a few minutes' time here on Breakfast, we're going to be talking our series on lockdown life. And today we have Darcy Bustle.
Dame Darcy Bustle.
We've got some... she's going to give us some exercises too. We can apparently do them sitting down.
Oh, perfect for us.
OK.
Good. Ben is here this morning. Ben doesn't have exercise for us, but he does have news about a crackdown on companies that offer unregulated... Should we have a slice of lockdown life? Yeah, this has been a very popular series with many of our viewers and many of you this morning because we've had some familiar faces give us some hints and tips for surviving at home. And
today is the turn of former Strictly judge Dame Darcy Bustle. Let's have a look at her in action.
Wowzers.
Oh, wow, indeed. And Darcy joins us now. Oh, lovely to see you. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Because we do speak, but should we just, for everybody who's watching, how have you been coping with lockdown? To you about the card game, because I've been trying to sell this card game, not sell it, but pass it on to Dan as a gift. It's called Racing Demon, and it's super competitive.
She talks about it every morning, Darcy, basically. Have a looked online for the explanation of this. It does seem quite complicated, but good fun, and everybody needs their own pack of cards, don't they?
You just need your own way to get through it, don't you?
Have all your own pack of cards.
Card games with Darcy Bustle. I feel there's a programme in here somewhere, but you're not only... you've been mentioning that you've been doing a bit of exercise as well. So, and Louise was saying earlier, when we were talking about having you on the programme, you've got like a seated few exercises that people could do while they're sat down for us this morning.
Sitting down, yeah. You know, you do get really tight in your body, so it's really important. So a couple of things just to start with, just loosen your waist, guys, if you're trying this at home.
Yeah, we are trying this, we are trying. Oh, yeah.
Lovely. And it's just loosening off to start with. And you get that rotation in the torso, which of course we really need. Again, just swinging the arms across the body and behind you. Remember that back arm as well.
I don't think I've ever ironed a tablecloth, Darcy, but carry on.
Because this is sort of from my dance training, a bit of Pilates. I've done this all my life.
Yeah.
But it's for everybody. And then you kind of just swing it. So you're going across the body, and that's a great rotation. I'll just do 4 slow over the head and forward. You just swing the arm underneath you. It's great for coordination as well.
Very good. It's a bit like Mr Miyagi, this. Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, exactly. But should I just get on with it?
Darcy, yeah, we're gonna have to leave you now. That's been really very lovely.
That's it. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See you soon for a game of Racing Demon when we're allowed.
Thank you, Dame Darcy Bustle. Look at that. Card games with Dame Darcy.
Bye.
And upper body exercises. I feel a bit loose. Do you feel a bit looser?
I'm really not. I'm really hoping she doesn't look back and see how rubbish we were. But I enjoyed it. It was lovely.
Yourself,
Thanks,
Louise.
Darcy.
Stay with us. We've got the headlines coming your way in just a moment.
So some enjoyment, as I said, from the snow. Not for everyone though. And Carol, there really is quite a lot of it around today, isn't there? What are the conditions like? Morning. OK, Carol, thank you very much for taking us through it all. Thank you.
We've just been live, haven't we, outside the hospital where Captain Sir Tom Moore is at the moment in Bedford. And obviously we wish him and his family all the very best at the moment. He's one of the amazing people that we've met during the past 12 months on this programme. Another of those is 91-year-old Holocaust survivor Ziggy Schipper.
You might remember last year I visited Ziggy at his home to hear his story, and then I went and lit a candle at Auschwitz on his behalf. Over the past few months, Ziggy has lost his wife, the love of his life, Jeanette, and he's also suffered a heart attack. But for all of us, he has a message of hope, as I've been finding out.
It must have been lovely to catch up with him and his family again.
He's such a charmer, too.
Yeah.
No, it was really, and even though, you know, it's really, we do live in very strange times, don't we? But even if you do sort of talk on over the internet or on Zoom or whatever, it's just really, it was really low. It was wonderful to catch
I know he
up.
made a big impact on you, didn't he?
Yeah,
last year?
absolutely.
So being able to just check he's okay and see how he's getting on would be. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that this morning as well.
Absolutely. During the late 1950s and early 1960s, the Ladybird picture books were a huge success and inspired a whole generation.
Hello, good morning. You're watching Breakfast with Louise and Dan this morning.
Morning Live is on BBC One straight after breakfast, and as ever, what's...
See you later. They're on from 9:15 this one. He'd be really annoyed at that as well. Magnificent.
Excellent. So Ben's got more details on something we've been talking about throughout the programme, about a crackdown on companies that offer some kinds of unregulated...
There's been, as we've been telling you this morning, quite a bit of heavy snowfall in parts of the north of England overnight, and thankfully, as ever, you've been sending in some of your pictures to show, and this is something that Carol has been looking at for us this morning. And looking ahead at what's been happening with the weather. Morning, Carol.
Tomorrow. Carol, thank you very much for today as well. Thank you.
I hope to see you tomorrow, Carol. If I'm not here, you know why. All right?
Yeah, we'll come and dig you out now. What will I do? Sit in the middle of the sofa or something? I don't know.
An hour ago, we were joined live on the programme by Dame Darcy Bustle, and we've been talking to various stars about how they've sort of been. how they've been coping with things. She's been playing a card game called Racing Demon and doing a bit of skipping in her household. You've been entertaining yourself in a slightly different way. I think we can show some pictures. Many people have seen you on The Masked Singer.
I mean, do you enjoy the singing, even under all that enormous costume? Oh, yeah, and you mentioned about, of course, everybody joining in for Comic Relief. I mean, we don't know at this point whether it's March 19th, isn't it? How many schools will be open to all pupils? So you've got plans to kind of help people out if they're not... you know, we just don't know where we're going to be, do we? I know lots of people will join in. I will definitely join in.
Sir Lenny Henry talking...
Say big thanks. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sir Len. See you later on. You're watching BBC Breakfast. The time is 8:59. Hello, everybody. Now, take a group of kids, set them to work in a busy restaurant and uncover the top talent of the future.
I love this show. That is the idea of the CBBC show Step Up to the Plate, where presenters Fred Sirio and Allegra McKevedy seek out promising chefs and waiters. Let's have a look. And fun,
really
which is lovely.
We both love it. Yeah, it's called Step Up to the Plate. We are both CBBC watchers today and every Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
I watched it on the iPlayer. That's what I'm saying.
Also can be done.
Yeah, that's all from today. We'll be back tomorrow from 6. We'll be joined by the singer Celeste.
Right now, though, it's time for Morning Live. Morning.